pessoal, tudo bem? Aqui é a Catarina Moraes e hoje eu tô aqui para entrevistar o LaFemme pela Antena 1. So, hello Marlon.
Hello,
How are you? I'm good. So, first off, I want to start to ask you, how would you define LaFemme?
LaFemme, it's like a band with like multiple visual artistic influence from the past, like 70s, 60s, 80s, and also like a sound of rock and roll and electronic music, very vintage and very inspired by the 60s, the 70s and the 80s too.
That's amazing.
With like French 60s voice.
And how did you all get together?
Basically, I met Sacha in Biarritz when I was kids, and we had the same passion for the old music, and we start doing music together, and then we decide to do like a professional band. So we were okay. We need to practice every day and work super hard. We is on it, so we call our friend from high school, Noé, Sam, Nunez, and they came join the band.
Oh wow, that's amazing. And you talked about your sound, and I heard like you definitely have psychedelic rock in your influence.
Yeah, also.
Also, and it depends on which album we're talking about, but I saw many people define you as like pop rock or maybe electro-punk.
Yeah.
And what do you like to define yourself as?
But I think electro-punk is more cool than pop rock. But at the end, maybe it's true that we are more pop rock than electro-punk.
Oh, but electro-punk, that's very nice too.
Yeah.
Both of them are very good. And you started in 2010, your first project, and it's been more than 10 years. So how do you think...
13 years now.
Yeah, 13, yeah. And how has your, changed? Your style has changed? Something has...
we didn't really change, but we just became like more professional. And now when I want to make a sound, I can do it very fast because I have more experience.
Yeah.
It's just being hard with the years that we want to stay together, but it's really hard because... we never agree and stuff, so it's taking
I see. And can you describe the energy of LaFemme in live, because you're gonna present?
In live for us it's really important to give a lot of to the public, to dance, to give them energy, and we don't like the concert where everyone is sit down, we love when everyone jump, doing pogo, dance around, doing crowd surfing, also not tonight, but when we do big show in Paris, we put a whole scenography. Like these people feel like Disneyland,
Yeah, that's amazing.
We like when
the whole experience.
Yeah, when you go see a show, it's important to have some dream, and dream.
Of course.
And have magic in your eyes.
Yeah, that's the best part of shows.
Yeah.
And what is your relationship with the Brazilian fans, and how is it?
We have a big, by example, I had for a long time, but I had to take down 2 years ago. I had a Brazilian flag on my keyboard.
Really?
Yeah, a very beautiful sticker where you see the Brazilian flag shining with metal flake stickers,
Yeah.
And we decided to paint our keyboard 2 years ago, so we had to take off. But it was so funny because I remember they had a guy, a big fan of LaFemme, and he even had a tribute band of LaFemme where they were doing cover of LaFemme, and he put the exact same sticker on his keyboard. And he put the Brazilian sticker on his keyboard.
Wow. so it's totally...
Yeah, and it's because basically we tour in Brazil almost 10 years ago. And it's where we meet the Royal Fifth, who going to open for us tonight. So it's like a local band, and we meet them in Sao Paulo 10 years ago when we touring. They were people coming at the show, and they party with us.
Wow.
So we stay in contact, and now they open for us in Brazil, so it's really cool,
That's so cool. And how does it feel for you to be touring Latin America?
It's so good. I'm very proud, I'm very proud to say it to my mom too. I'm very proud also because I discover our planet, and I can be an ambassador of France in all the country. So I'm very proud and very happy. And last time it was very, very exhausted, the tour we did, because we did Recife, Fortaleza and Sao Paulo.
Oh, wow.
And it was every day a plane, and we were playing the night at 2 a.m. and we were taking the most cheap plane at 6 a.m. the morning.
Yeah.
So basically, we had never time to sleep.
Oh,
we were like very, very tired, and we argue a lot of last time.
Oh, but it's good that now you're gonna stay a little bit longer.
Yeah, I remember we buy also like the Pandero.
Yeah. You just
yeah, we really like it. So this time it's gonna be like more time to explore Sao Paulo.
That's amazing. And how does it feel for you? It's like to see people who don't speak your language, like this language barrier, and identifying with your songs.
It's not a big deal because I'm not English or American, so we had the same problem. Like when we were kids, we were listening like American band, and without understanding anything, and we didn't care, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's like the most important is like the music, and if people like the music after, they can like research for the translation of the lyrics.
Of course.
But the most important is like the music, you know.
I don't think I have this theory. I don't know if you will agree, but I think that the melody is sometimes so much more like you can identify with it way much more than maybe the lyrics. Yeah.
After like with Serge Gainsbourg, this French artist, I understood that lyrics can be very powerful, and sometimes sometimes the lyrics can be better than the music, and you're like, it's what happened to rap, I guess, you know, the music usually it's like poor and you have like more lyrics.
That's true.
But I will be more agree with your theory normally.
Yeah, well, and I was looking at your latest single, Aloha Baby, and I was thinking about comparing it to your fourth album, the last one that you spoke in Spanish and now you're speaking in French again, a little bit of English. Yeah. Why did you choose to do again?
First, the Spanish album was just like a side project, you know. It was really like for fun, and we might gonna do a new one, but it's gonna be in 10 years, you know.
Oh, okay.
So we're just gonna have to wait to do like new Spanish song. And this song Aloha Baby was made in 2015. Yeah, we have like a lot of old songs that we never finish, and we finish one day, and we make them all like red wine, you know.
Yeah.
So after definitely we're gonna go back to this French stuff, but I think before go back to that, we're gonna go to the English.
Yeah, going to go to like English a little bit.
Yeah, like this we can compete with like the English band, you know.
Yeah, I think you should. It's very good. And in this album that I said, Teatro Lúcido, you guys explored different types of musical genres, and I heard it and I thought maybe there were a little bit of like Latin influences, Brazilian, I don't know. Do you have any influence in that album of like genres of
in the song Sacatela, even if it's a Spanish song, it was very, very influenced by Brazilian music. Like Ruca Chavez.
Yes.
Take me back to Piauí, this song. I like also Aqua Nebula. No, I have the Os Mutantes. Os Mutantes. Also, so when I heard it, I was hearing it this morning again because I really loved it, and the flute reminded me of a Brazilian, old school Brazilian samba. 60s. It's exactly like big influence. Ruca Chavez, Os Mutantes is like born from the 60s.
Exactly.
That we listen a lot, you know.
And now that you're talking about the past and like influences, do you have any like big old school, like classic artists that you think you have like as influence?
Velvet Underground, Lou Reed.
Yeah, Lou Reed, amazing.
Kraftwerk also, like the first band who bring like synthesizer. B-52.
Yes.
Also,
that's
like
so
this
cool.
kind of stuff.
Yeah. And an interview, you said that, I'm going to read what you said, the quote. The way we've released new music is a reaction to society. And when you spoke about that, you spoke about like the perspectives of like musicians in that era, in that interview specifically. And I wanted to ask you, where do you think the music industry is leading our musicians? Like nowadays?
But I think it's gonna go like in a new path and a new world. Now we just finished like our world, and now it's gonna be the world of the robot and the AI.
The AI, it's really scary.
It's scary. After I don't know what to think. I think it's gonna be also like very good at one point, but it's just gonna be too much information, because now that we can do music in our phone and computer, there is so many new artists.
Yes.
So now imagine with a robot, it's gonna be way more. And now you have like on Spotify, by example, some AI artists who generate like music, and they make it listen by robot, because like they pay the view, you know, they bought, so it's like only robot who gonna listen, and like this the people make money with like fake music that they don't produce, you know.
Wow. Wow.
So they ask the computer to create music, they create music, and after they ask like thousand and thousand to robot to listen to them. Like this, they have a lot of stream and they make money. So it's like music made by robot, listening by robot, and this is our new world, you know?
Yeah, that's so scary. And
no, but after, I think it's important for everyone to listen to them. Don't be scary about that technology. I think it's really important that all humans start to master this technology now, because otherwise they're going to be left over. And it's a bit like when the first camera came, all the painters, they were like very upset because they couldn't paint, you know, and at the end it's just like another job and you need to like know how to use it. It's like internet when it came. So many people had to stop their job and there was like new job coming. So now we just need to be focused on the new job coming, you know, and it's just a new revolution.
That's a good, I think it's a good
Yeah, it's positive.
Then.
You just have to think it like this. Otherwise, if you're just scared, you're going to be left over and you're going to be like an old guy. You know, it's it's like people, you know, like in France, I know, you know, when they put like all the machine for the ski for in the mountain like this, you don't have to climb.
Yes.
All the grandpas, they were so upset because before you had to deserve your ski, you know, and for that you need to climb with all your material in your shoulders. And I know some grandpa, even when they had the machine for transport them up the hill, they were still like climbing by foot because they were proud, you know. And I think you don't want to be this grandpa and you just need to like take the machine and go up the hill, you know.
Yeah, that's so true. I never thought about that in that type of perspective. And also in another interview 2 years ago, you talked about wishing that your dreams came true, becoming a big performer. And I wanted to ask you, do you think your dream is coming true?
Yeah, it's coming true, like big part. I think like now the final step of the dream is to do like stadium everywhere in the world, you know, and be like a very, very big performer. Now I'm a big performer, little big, but now I need to be big.
Yeah. To go to studios and stuff. Yeah. And now that you're talking about that, what is success to you? What do you think is going to be a success?
I think it's very complicated too, because already we're having a lot of success right now and it's unbelievable, but I think as a human you always want more. Yeah. And even if you're here after, you're like, okay, now it's like another, you know?
Yeah, of course. It's natural.
It's natural, I think. So right now, like we are like very good. We tour all over the world. We do like a venue of like 1,000 and stuff like this. But maybe the next step will be to sell like 1 million an album, playing stadium in Brazil. You know what I mean?
That would be a good thing to do.
After, I know that some people in the band don't want that for the band and they don't like it.
Oh, really?
So it's a bit sad, you know, because we don't have the same dream.
Yeah.
And after, I understand them because also like you have a price to success. And if tomorrow we do big stadium and stuff, it means that we are super famous. We cannot go out, drink coffee in the street. We always need to do promo, always need to work, always need to take planes. So I think you need to know what you want, you know, before you go there. It's important.
That's true, because many people think success is something like...
and after it's sad because we have successful people who cannot handle that, and they are like depressed, they suicide themselves, they don't want to do shows, they don't want to do photos, they don't want to do autographs, they are mean, you know what I mean, and this is like important,
yeah, of course,
because it's a tough job.
And can you remember like a particular moment that you felt that you made it, or maybe like that you felt good about like being a musician, doing what you're doing?
I think it's like every time when I play on stage. I know like one time I played in Mexico, it was the first time, and at the duty free, like a guy from the duty free recognized me. And I was like, wow, when you have like someone at the airport from the duty free recognize you, it means that it's good, you know.
Yeah, of course, that's a good moment. The guy recognizing you. Do you get recognized a lot?
Yeah, but not that much. With it make it like perfect, because it's happened to me like I would say 4 times a week. So it's a lot, but it's not a lot, and it's like enough for enjoy it, you know.
Yeah,
because when people ask you a photo and stuff, it's very pleasant. After, I understand the big celebrity when you have like 1,000 people every day who ask you a photo. Yeah. It might be a bit hard, but after, like, is that the rules of the game, you know? That I mean? So even if, you know, after you don't belong to yourself, you belong to the people, you know. So
of course,
they want a piece of you, you know, and that's the rules.
That's the rules. It's kind of, I mean, complicated. Like you said, some people like it, some people don't. It's kind of their opinion.
Yeah.
And if you could do a concert in anywhere in the world, where would you want to play?
I think Tahiti or Hawaii now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah,
Why is that?
I don't know. It's far away. It's exotic. It's way more hard to go there. So I think it could be like a new challenge, you know.
Oh, that's so cool. And why did you, talking about, again, like what kind of moments that you feel that you're doing, like you're playing, you said that you started very young and your family your family accept you like so?
Yeah, my dad, he was more like, if you want to do music, you have to have like a real job in the side or something like this.
Oh, really?
But my mom, she really accepted it and really pushed me to do that.
Oh, that's amazing. And how is the conception between how you present yourself on stage and what you present on video clips? Because I know you guys like to direct and
yeah, but it's a bit the same. After on stage, like we don't have the enough money for bring all the video clip. Like I told you, all the scenography, the decoration, because it costs a lot. After you need like also technical people for install them. So it's like after you travel just with the whole team, you know.
Yeah.
Even when you have like the technical scenography that you bring on stage, it's had to be in a special material who don't burn. It's called M1 or something like this. And basically this material costs a lot of money. So everything costs a lot of money when you want to do that. But yeah, it's really important. Same for the videos that we bring like a lot of fun, dream to people. When we start music, we were very fed up because in 2000 it was more sober, and most of the time you see like band with a white t-shirt and a jean on a rooftop playing, and for me this was too much boring, you know.
Yeah. I see. But your video clips have like lots of conceptions behind it. And
exactly. And sometimes we even do video clip with no money. This is our specialty. Like no money, we just take a camera and we have like ideas. So you're gonna see some video clip very produced, and some of them very simple. And sometimes this is like also a piece of advice I want to give. It's not about the money, a video clip, because I know like the video clip of Où va le monde, by example, cost us like 10 euro just for buy like pain au chocolat and stuff. And at the end, it's like the one that people love the most, you know, because it's true, very simple. So there is no rules for that, you know.
And if you were going to give an advice to like musicians that are beginning right now, what would it be?
But it will be like work every day, 8 hours a lot.
Yeah.
And also don't be focused about like money, like, oh, I need money for that, because now you can do music with no money, and the most important is like the melody and the idea. So you don't care about having like the best mic, about having like the best camera for your best video and all those stuff. What you need to do is like the best melody and the best song, and after everything gonna follow.
And do you think you're doing, like, you're speaking your truth with your songs? Like your art, like you're doing the truth.
I'm trying, like at least I do what I like and what I want, you know, and this is the most important also, you know. It's like to do what your art tell you to do.
That's amazing. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for this beautiful interview. Obrigado.
Oh, obrigado. I'm gonna end in Portuguese and then maybe you can say tchau tchau.
Yeah.
Ok. Então é isso, gente. Obrigada. Eu entrevistei aqui o Marlon da banda LaFemme e a gente se vê na próxima. Tchau, tchau.
Tchau, tchau.
Tchau, tchau.